What's up, Sitters? This is Bradford Douglas along with Joey Edge
Sitters, what's good?
and Chris Martinez.
What's happening, man?
And we are Front Porch Sitting, and we have some upgrades, guys.
Bradford Douglas.
What we got, Brad? What kind of upgrades do we
We got some new mics. We got a new camera, so you get a Brad cam now. That's kind of cool.
Oh, my God. Look at you in all your glory.
Glorious. Wow, I need to shave.
Look that way. Look at the camera. That a boy. Look at him.
There we go.
Hey, it's a good time to tell everybody, though, if they're not, Joey, push my button. Push 2, Joey. If they're not, if you're not subscribed to the podcast, got to do that. Got to do that. If you're on the podcast only version, make sure you're subscribed, but also hop onto YouTube. Y'all like and subscribe if you're in this comment section. Tell a friend, right, Joey? Tell a friend.
Tell a lot of friends. I actually just sent the link to a couple of people and said, hey, make sure you send it to 3 other people.
Oh, look at you starting a little chain.
Yeah.
Pyramid scheme.
Little pyramid scheme. That's what I do. But yeah. So yeah, we're here. We're live Wednesday night. A beautiful Wednesday night. Nice and chilly outside.
Dude, I love this weather.
I love this weather. Listen, I was out at the baseball field before we got here. Well, not before I got here. Before I got to my house, which is where we do this at. That thing looks really good right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Coach Howard, Coach Bennett, Blake Howard. Yeah,
Big fan.
they've been doing right up there at CHS
Good.
for the baseball field. So finally got some water. It's amazing what water can do, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So, Brad, you were saying the upgrades. So now it's like, what all did we get? Do you know? Or you just tell what you know that we got?
All right, here's what I know. I know we got some HDMI cords because those are important.
Okay.
I know we got some mics. I know we got a new camera. And then I don't know. Wait, Tyler's got a mic too.
Tyler's got one of our old mics.
We
But
got three new mics.
Yeah, we have new mics. We have
What's
new
up?
cameras.
Yes.
Run that back.
What's up?
Sitters. Yeah,
What's up,
that boy.
Sitters?
Yeah, good job. So Tyler's got a mic. That's a big thing for us. Yeah, things are going in the right direction for the front porch.
Shout out John. A lot of we have a lot of sponsors. Might as well go ahead and do John's now. John made a lot of that possible. A lot of our sponsors made it possible, but John's Bill's day one, A1 day one. So JW Weaponry and the boys, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely. Go to JW Weaponry. They are the premier gun store in the South, and they are always loaded. And go talk to John. Mention the front porch. Get your 5%. And he's just an all-around good guy to talk to, especially on game weeks. He loves to talk to people.
That is absolutely correct. He does. Give him a call, 386-243-8587, and they'll hook you up. They're good people. Best prices on any of your ammo or gun needs, I promise. So make it happen.
Speaking of John, he is there's like some type of meeting of really, really smart people because John is there along with our head coach Andrew Thomas. They went to the meeting.
Yeah.
It was in Live Oak, and so they went to the meeting and I just got a picture. I'm not gonna show you guys, but I just got a picture of them eating dinner together at Brown Lantern.
Oh, that's cool.
How cute!
Very cute.
Oh,
It is
man.
adorable.
Yeah.
I like it.
But Brown Lantern, they don't sponsor us, but they probably should.
Brown Lantern's pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie
That's
to you.
pretty good food joint.
Not gonna lie to you. What do we got tonight, Brad?
Well, both programs played last week, and both programs took an L. Oof, it was an ugly week for both sides of the Front Porch Sitting podcast. We're going to talk about that. We're going to break it down, both sides, let you know what both teams did good, what both teams did bad. Me and Chris were actually here last night watching some Gator football with you, breaking it down a little bit. Well, mostly Chris. I just kind of sat there.
Yeah, we had a good time last night, actually.
We did.
Other than the Lakers.
Man, Lakers.
Sorry, Tyler's texting the group right now, and I can't do 2 things at once.
Me either.
It is a good time. Thank you, Tyler.
Let's before we jump into our picks and stuff like that, is there anything that happened in the sports world that you guys want to talk about right off the bat?
Tom Brady, right?
Yeah, I mean, we can start there. I'm good with that.
Okay. I seen a quote, and I don't know if it was real or not, but did he really say I didn't leave my wife and kids to get beat by Kenny Pickett in the first half?
No shot.
No, I don't believe that.
Okay.
No shot. He said that.
Okay. I was asking because I literally seen that on Twitter. It was Tom Brady quote, I didn't leave my wife and kids to get beat by Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, I don't
No.
even want
Okay.
to talk about that. Sorry, I just thought this feels grimy as hell. I can't do it.
I was hoping it was fake. That's why I asked.
Okay. I think the bigger question for me is with Tom Brady's return to NFL right now, has he tarnished his legacy? Because at the very end of the day, he is the GOAT. Like he's
Right.
the greatest to ever do it.
Right.
But I still think that can be true, and he maybe still have like tarnished his legacy a little bit as well. Is that possible?
No, I don't. Me personally, I don't think so. I don't think his legacy is tarnished. I don't think it's any different than it was. I mean, it's like Jordan coming back for the Wizards. You know, like
Do you view Tom Brady any differently?
no, I think he's a human being. I think that kind of gets lost a lot of times in athletes, and especially like we're talking about the greatest of all time athlete.
Yeah.
For his sport. So I think the fact that he's a human being kind of gets lost a little bit. I think this is the first time you've ever seen him with like emotion and I'm not gonna say feelings, but like, you know what I mean? Like things get to him. It's not just,
I don't know. He's always slammed like the MacBook surfaces. Like he's always like a high intensity guy,
Right.
headbutting people, and I love all of that.
same.
I think for me, not that I lose respect, because that's probably too strong of a take, but like, maybe you're right. He is looking a heck of a lot more human
Yeah.
and not as like polished and refined, and it's starting to look a little bit like a little messy.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I don't know how else to say that other than
No, I'm with you. I think the moral of the whole thing is like stress can eat at anybody.
yeah. Oh, and it's winning.
Yeah.
You know, is winning.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess what I'm saying. So I guess not. I guess maybe it's not tarnishing his legacy. Brad, what do you think as far as like legacy is concerned?
As far as legacy, I mean, I think he should have just let it be, honestly. I mean, the thing is like Jordan with the Wizards. Like, why come back? You just don't look like you're having fun anymore. You don't look like you're enjoying it. And that's taken away from me a little bit. Like, I mean, I like to see Tom Brady have a good time and be good and enjoy it. And this is the first year it's like ever looked hard for him.
Well, like for me, that's a good point.
Yeah,
I
it
agree
is.
with that. Wednesday, he didn't practice.
Right.
Friday, he was at a wedding. And then on Sunday, he's like
Looks like that.
He's dog cussing his teammates and stuff. And I'm like, me personally, if I'm on the Bucks, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because that's Tom Brady, and I want to keep my contract as well.
Right.
But I'm also like, dude, who the hell are you?
Yeah. No kidding.
You ain't been here with us. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's the part that I guess that's the part where like if there's ever a time I would lose respect for him, like that's
Right.
it. Like not I guess legacy. That's talking about like the entirety of his career.
Right,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not the right word. But like him currently is just kind of like an ugly look in my opinion.
It is an ugly look. It's not good right now.
From a teammate perspective,
Do they turn it around?
I don't think you ever count him out.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Like, I mean, even you can't count. I mean, you can say what you will about how it looks optically right now or whatever, but if it ever gets clicking, and it just might, then you can't count him out.
What cures everything?
Winning, you know that.
Yeah.
Found out, like, yeah.
Three or four straight wins, and nobody cares about any of this anymore.
Yeah, no, it's a non-factor.
Yeah.
It's a non-factor.
Another one of the things that was on the Twitter machine was Clayton. Clayton said, with all the Tom Petty hate from Joey, I never thought that opposing teams could flip the meaning like, and then it showed the video of Brian Kelly.
We may show that later. We may not. Dude, that's incredible. Probably will not be showing that later. But we got a head nod in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But no, you need to go check.
We're working through some things right now. We lost power at the old Edge and Martinez house.
Yeah, what the heck?
Recently for like an hour and a half. Yeah, all the way down to Hopeful, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not. Anyways, so we're a little behind with everything. Tyler's a little behind with graphics. That's why we're stalling a little bit. No offense. I mean, not that we're stalling, but we're stalling a little bit so he
We
can
just
get the
reversed
graphics
the
in.
show notes a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. And so
But we are still going to review Florida LSU. Very, very terrible LSU football team. Awful LSU football
They aren't
team.
even good, Chris.
They suck. We are going to talk about them. We're going to talk about a Clemson team and a Florida State team who just can't make the winning plays. Kind of dive into that. And then the cool thing, the exciting thing that I'm excited to do is we're going to, like, middle of the year kind of, right, Joey? We're going to we did it at the beginning of the year, the win shares, like win totals, percentages for the remaining 5 games, and see where we have our both our respective teams finishing the season. We have our numbers. It's kind of interesting. We're all really pretty close again, but I think we overshot it beginning of the year, it looks like.
maybe a touch.
Yeah.
Not much though. I don't think.
No, I think I may actually have been under. I think my projections now are actually going to be over. believe that or not. I can't find my actual number.
Yeah. I don't know where my actual number is either. I think we were both around the same, though. And
Yeah. So hang with us because we're going to get to all that fun stuff, too, here in
Right.
just a minute. We're about to get to our picks briefly. But before we do that, as far as, like, what he was talking about, Tom Petty, like, did you see that? You saw the video, right? Did I share that with you?
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he was talking. Brian Kelly was talking to his team one day during team meetings, but during the week, and he was like, "You guys need to remember the words to the song because when it comes on, they play that at the start of the fourth quarter. I won't back down. We're going to have them where we want them. You need to like kind of embrace that song."
Yeah.
And it was wild because LSU's like graphic development team is so good, anyways.
The best in the business.
Yeah, they really are probably the best.
Yes.
They're right beside Clemson's, in my opinion. Clemson was the first one that started investing money into that first. LSU's graphics are stupid good, though. But the like production they put together, so it was like clipped. And so it was him talking, and then it was him like talking to his team, and then it cut to the start of the fourth quarter, wherever he had like he was literally singing the words, and and then they showed like highlights to "I Won't Back Down" by Tom Petty. It was really impressive.
It really was impressive.
Yeah,
I
the production, like the quality of the production.
The production was really good, but the whole message behind it I thought was excellent by Brian Kelly. And I'm not a Brian Kelly fan. I think we all know that.
Right.
If you listen to me at all, I don't really like Brian Kelly all that much.
Yep.
But I thought what he said was perfect,
Gotcha.
spot on. I thought it was really good. It's a great way to motivate your guys to do something different. You know what I mean? I liked it. I thought it was good. Well, you know what I don't like? I don't like Tom Petty won't back down at the end of the third quarter, starting the fourth quarter. I think it's asinine.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I despise it. I don't care what Gator fans think. I don't.
You don't like it?
I hate it. It's not that I don't like it. It's that I hate it.
Oh, opposite. Okay.
Yes, I hate it. First of all, it's not a great song. That's number one. Number two,
There's a lot better Tom Petty songs out there.
like of the Tom Petty songs, that's at the bottom of the list.
Yes.
I'm not a huge Tom Petty fan. I think he was okay. He died, and all of a sudden he's great. I don't. And then on top of all that, he left Gainesville when he was 18 and never came back.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah. Oh.
He doesn't care about the University of Florida. Not even a little bit. Why do we care about him? Done. Ran over.
Ran
Forget
over.
Tom Petty.
All right, let's jump into our picks. Where are we at from last week? How did I do? I think I did pretty good.
3-1.
Oh baby, fire it
Yeah, I
up.
think you took the lead on that one.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
there
you
it is
did.
on the screen for all you sitters.
Yeah.
Yep. You were 3-1. Brad was 2-2. I was 1-3.
All right, so Joe, you are sitting at currently 13-15.
Thank you. Yes.
Brad 15-13, and then I am 16-12. I did pick up a 1-game lead on you, B-Rad.
Yeah, you did.
A 1-game lead on you. All right, you want to jump to this week's picks?
Yeah, let's do it. Look at that.
Ooh, there they are. Rolf is
Look at producer Roll.
He is a magician. He did that so fast, you guys have no idea.
Yeah, Clayton's not wrong. He said Editor Rolf over LSU above graphics department.
No,
He's not
no,
wrong.
he is absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
Hold on, wait. I love Tyler. He's great at what he does. Mm-hmm. Have y'all seen LSU's people?
You shut your
Yeah, I
mouth.
agree. Sorry, Tyler.
You shut your mouth. I
No
believe in
offense, Tyler.
producer Rolf.
Yeah, here we go.
Can we get like a F's in the chat if you want me to mute Joey, and we can get the Bradford and Chris show?
All right, so we got Syracuse at Clemson. Syracuse is getting 13.5.
Yes, sir.
Brad, I'm going to let you go first there. 13.5, that's kind of a big number.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and take the Syracuse Orange with 13.5 points. They have played a lot better than I thought they were going to be. I didn't realize they were undefeated, first of all, and they beat North Carolina State last week, so that's pretty impressive.
North Carolina State has their backup. I need everyone to know that because everyone's going to say how bad of a football team North Carolina State is. They're not that bad when they have their starter, but he's gone for the year, so there it is. Also, JT Clark, is Joey the back-to-back pick-em loser? Actually,
No.
it would be back-to-back-to-back
No,
three
there,
times.
there was a middle man where I was not the loser. Brad was the loser.
Are we sure?
Positive. Yes.
Yeah, because we were supposed to paintball you,
Yep.
and we haven't done any of that.
Listen, we didn't paintball Joey for the
Hey,
first
Tyler.
time, so
Yeah. All right. So, Brad, you're on Syracuse.
yes.
All right, Joe, you want to go?
Yeah. I still don't think Clemson's all that good, so I'm going to take Syracuse as well.
Give me the Tigers to get refocused at home. I'm not sure. I'm not like so sure how good they are, but and it is like a little bit of a spot game. I know our buddy Shane Edge doesn't agree with that, but like I do think, that win against Florida State on the road turned right around, and you got Syracuse at home.
Yeah.
Syracuse is sneaky good, but I'm still gonna go Clemson here. 14, I think, to win by 14. It is a big number. It's probably right though.
I like 13.5. I think it's a really good number.
Yeah, I think so. Then we're going on to Ole Miss at LSU. It's a 3:30 kick, by the way. I checked.
It is a 3:30 kick.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Give me LSU.
Okay.
Yep. I know it's that's not where I kind of wanted to go, but
Do we have any more Tigers on the list? Because I really want to put Tigers all the way down for you.
oh no, we're tapped out at that. Yeah, I'm like Brian Hill, friend of the show, always in here. Hunter Williams is too, but Brian has Ole Miss. I can see that. I have a feeling that's where you two are going to go.
Actually, I'm going to take the Tigers as well.
Why are you following me? Look at you. Now that's what you get.
No.
That's what you get, you bum. Brad's looking at him. Y'all can't see it. Yeah, you can. He see himself on camera and he can't talk. He can't look at himself and talk.
Yeah, I want to do that, but I don't know how yet.
Well, your camera's over there.
I get it.
Okay, there you go. Now you're looking the people in the eyes,
Hello, people.
and they're leaving. So you're going LSU?
Yes.
All right, Joey?
Give me Ole Miss
Yeah.
for the same reason that I took Syracuse. I don't think LSU is very good. I just don't.
Yeah, they're not. They're the worst team in football.
They're one of. Texas at Oklahoma State. I'm going to go first on this one since I haven't been first yet.
Yeah.
I might as well ride the Texas train. I just think Bijan Robinson and then Quinn Ewers being back. They haven't lost a game with him as the starter and him playing the whole game. So if he plays the whole game, they win.
How many does Texas giving here?
6.5.
Touchdown. Brad, where are you at?
I'm going to go OSU on this one. I'll take the 6.5 points, please.
Give me Texas. That defense flies the freak around. I know you talked about the offense.
Texas is really good.
Especially up front. They got guys here. So this is like coaching thing. You people may appreciate. You may haven't heard this, but us coaches, like when someone has a helmet on and there's no space between their face and the pads, we call that like a helmet full of face. Usually there's freakazoid players that have that. They're big or they're just really big. They got like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Just space eaters.
Yeah.
Just helmets full of face. They're good. I like Texas on defense.
Yeah, big fan of Texas all the way around. I think they're really good.
Yeah.
Last one, UCLA at Oregon. Oregon is also a minus 6.5 point favorite.
Let's go, Sherm.
Sherm said I'm really good.
All right. So, Brad, I think you're up. Joey just went first. I went before that. Where are you at here?
Man, these are the two teams I know the least amount about. I guess I will take. Let me take Oregon at home, minus 6.5. I haven't watched either of these teams play a single snap this year.
Way to build the confidence.
Yeah.
UCLA has DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson at quarterback. He's been playing pretty good under Chip Kelly. But I still think Dan Lanning in Oregon is really good. I'm going the Ducks as well.
Yeah, I'm what's up, nerds?
Riley's in the chat.
Riley's in the chat, big
Shout
time. I'm with Clayton actually. Give me UCLA, and I don't need the points.
Oof.
All right, I need to go put this in.
I'll tell you why here in just a little while.
Shout out Chad Hunter in the chat. We got
Hey.
all the friends are in the chat tonight. Cool.
Big fan of that. Yeah. It's, like I said, later on, I'm gonna give you a little something with Oregon and why I like UCLA. But
Stay tuned for Joey's insight.
But not yet.
Insider heat to the Oregon Ducks.
But not yet.
Come for Bradford on the show. Stay for Joey's insider heat.
Yes.
The moment that came out of my mouth, I wanted to take it back.
Sorry, I'm not used to that.
I can tell.
I don't have any idea how this works, but
All right, what we got next?
I knew Bradford was 3, and that was good for me.
Shut up, Clayton.
Hey, that rhymed. So we're going to move on to Florida State. We're going to talk about everything that went wrong last week.
I'm not. I'm only on it because Clayton is. Clayton said he's got to change his pick because I'm on it, but I'm only on it because Clayton is.
So we want to talk some Florida State stuff here?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go to Florida State Clemson first.
Did you get to watch any of that game? I know you have 8,000 TVs in your man cave.
I have 3.
4, actually, but
Touche.
Wow.
I have
4.
I have 3.5. I did watch it. I
Okay.
did not watch it with a lot of intent, but I was watching a fair amount of it.
So I think so Clemson and anyone who watched the actual show or watched the broadcast, they know what probably I'm about to say. It's so played out, but it's called the middle 8, and so it's the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. So the middle 8.
My friend of the show, Travis Yackering, loves the middle 8 for Florida. But go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it in a minute.
Okay. It's they pride themselves on it. Like they do situational stuff. They want to close out a half, open up a half.
Right.
That's their goals. And they're really good at it. And the last minute and a half of the first half, they scored 10 points. So and then the first drive they get out of halftime, they get like a 50-yard kick return or a kickoff return, and then like 3 plays they score a touchdown.
Yeah.
So it's like a 17-point swing in their middle 8.
And it was really like the middle 4.
Right, it was the middle 4 because it was like the last 2 minutes of the first half and the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. But Florida State's just not in a place where they can do that. Like what I'm talking about is Clemson goes down and scores a field goal, kicks a field goal. They kick a field goal right before the half. Florida State calls a timeout, kind of aggressive, get the ball back. They're kind of moving it a little bit. They've got the ball at midfield. There's like a minute and a half left, maybe a little bit less, maybe right around a minute, I guess. And this is where I fault Jordan Travis. Everyone talks about how great he is. He knows that his offensive line cannot hold up. Like Clemson is too good up front.
Right.
He cannot, they can't hold up. If you're asking him to solo block one of those guys, they can't do it. And so he gets pressure. He sees it. He doesn't protect the football. Kind of very weakly gets hit in his arm, fumbles the ball. They recover it. 3 plays, score a touchdown. That's just inexcusable. If you're the leader of the team, you're like the guy, you're the quarterback. He's fumbled 4 times this year. You can't fumble. You cannot fumble.
Can't. Yeah, no.
Don't fumble.
100%.
Protect the football. That's your job. Your coach calls timeout. They have faith in you, trying to get you move the ball down the field, maybe get some points before halftime. You're only down 3. It'd be 17-14. And that's if you don't get any points. If you get points, who knows what happens there. But and then all of a sudden it snowballs into not only do we not get points, but we put the ball on the ground very weakly. He didn't get crushed. It wasn't no one ripped out the football. They just hit him in his arm in the pocket. You got to have more awareness that you simply cannot fumble there.
Yeah.
They recover it and then they go score. So I think to me that's where the game is won and lost right there. I mean obviously that's a no brainer, but they go down it was bad, 34-14 or something like that after they scored the first touchdown in the second half. So that's where it kind of the pendulum swung for me, watching it.
Yeah. No, that 10 points they gave up in that last minute was rough. It was really, really bad because we went from having some hope, okay, let's just get to the half, to we just give up 10 points and they get the ball, and then like you said, they come out. 50-yard return and hit a touchdown on us, and after that, it just felt like we were never in the game again.
So give me a positive from Florida State. What was the not just a positive? I need the biggest positive that you saw.
Well, they ran the ball effectively, 6 yards a carry.
That's strong.
That's the most that anybody's ran the ball against Clemson since Bama in the 18 or 15, 16 championship. I'm not sure exactly when it was, but when Bama ran them out of there.
Right.
6 yards a carry, that just doesn't.
That's what I was going to say. Against that defense, it's not that it's just 6 yards a carry.
Right.
It's 6 yards a carry against that defensive front.
Right.
I mean, that's big time for Florida State. Florida State was in the game.
Yeah, I mean they were. It got ugly, and there's people that argue about garbage time or what, and then the whole narrative is Florida State's going to fight. Yeah, no kidding. That should be the minimum. That's the baseline.
Right.
Oh, they didn't quit. I guess that's I'm tired of talking about that. I don't think this team is going to quit.
No.
I don't think they don't quit. They haven't quit since Mike Norvell's been there. They don't quit. Just a couple little stats. This is interesting for me. So yards per play. Florida State 6.1 yards per play versus Clemson. Clemson 5.5. So they outgained them per play. Then against NC State, this is the one that really makes you sick. As a Seminole fan, I think you can accept the Wake Forest and Clemson loss. I don't think you can accept the NC State loss. 6.7 yards per play versus NC State, and then 4.4 for NC State versus Florida State. So they outgained NC State again per play. And then Wake, 6.2 yards per play. Wake Forest, 4.8 yards per play. So you outgain these teams roughly 85 yards. He's got to find a way to win. Like, they don't make the winning plays. Like, so the positive is you ran the ball against the best defensive front you'll see all year.
Right.
Arguably one of the best ones in the country, effectively. But you just don't make the winning plays. Like, they're just not there yet. They just make too many crucial mistakes that don't allow them to win those type of games.
Yeah, and does that come in time though?
Yeah, I think you have to learn how to win. I mean, wouldn't you agree? Like you're not just there are certain like winners. I guess you have to probably recruit winners and things like that. And there are guys that just find ways to lose.
Right.
But like I think they're trying to phase, or they are starting to phase some of those out, players, and maybe starting to like establish like a winning culture, maybe. But yeah, I think over time, I hope. Hell, I don't know. I guess I hope they turn into winners and find a way to win a football game.
Yeah. That's so hard for me to say because like I think it's
What do you think? Yeah,
I think it's a learned habit, but at the same time, I don't know that. I don't know. It's tough. That's tough because like in college football, you have 4 years with a guy, 3 years most of the time. Hell, anymore, you got a year or two max.
Who knows?
Because transfer portal and with everything else, and so I don't know that you can teach guys to win. I think it's either in you or it's not at this point. And I don't know. I don't know the dynamic of the locker room to tell you that they're winners or not.
I mean, I know they don't quit. So
right.
There's
that's the truth. They do not quit.
No, they're not going to quit. Like they could. It'd been way easier to quit than it would have been trying to fight back against that Clemson team. Here's another big one for you, Joey. FSU is only the third team to rush for over 200 yards against Clemson in their last 77 games.
Ooh.
So that, I mean, there's stuff to build on. Like, that's the best defense that they'll play all year, I think. And you're able to run for over 200 yards. And I think everyone would agree, all of you listening and everyone in the room, that rushing the football, running the ball is like how you establish dominance. Like, that's like, hey, we're going to run the ball at you. And you may know that we're going to, but we're just going to out-physical you or out-scheme you or whatever. And Florida State was able to do that for over 200 yards.
Yeah.
So I think that's a positive thing. Without their best back, I mean, Trayshawn Ward didn't play. And so you don't have your best back, most proven back. And,
is he the best? I think all three of them are very good.
Yeah, he's the one with the most production and
most
the most
polished,
like,
I guess.
Yeah, he's done the most in his time at Florida State, which isn't saying a whole lot because the other two have relatively one definitely. Trey Benson hasn't played at all.
Yeah.
He may not be the best, but he is one of the better backs for sure. He's number one on the depth chart.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not having that – I mean, regardless, not having that production is something. And then to run for over 200 against that team. How many did Jordan Travis have? Now, you don't have to tell me the exact number.
Oh,
but
I don't know.
he didn't have that many, though, right?
No, he didn't. They didn't.
It wasn't like he ran for 120.
No.
It's like 40.
It was the backs, yeah. The backs toted the –
That's what I thought.
Toted the majority of that of running.
Yeah. Sherman said field position with yards per play. Does that have a factor in it? I mean, I'm sure it does a little bit, but in this game?
Yeah, and it also has to do with like a number of plays ran too.
Yeah.
So like if they ran more offensive plays, but I ultimately like it does like balance out to where over the course of 70 plays or so, course of a game, you get like an idea. It is like it could get skewed a little bit, Sherm. Like field position could like hurt your yards per play because if you don't. But then if it's a short field, you only run 5 plays and you get 10 yards each while you're running. It's the same. It's yards per play, not total yards.
Right.
That number shows up more in like total yards, but not so much in per play because per play it accounts for that in like the per play basis. Joey has not said anything outlandish yet. I don't think.
I just talked about how much I hate Tom Petty. Other than that, no.
Oh yeah, I guess you may take offense to that. Let me ask you this, Joey.
Yeah.
DJU. You had a lot of trash to be said about DJU. He's playing pretty good football.
Better. Playing better football.
He's playing pretty good football.
Yeah, he's playing pretty good.
Okay. I think he plays good enough. He protects the football. He didn't turn it over. He made the throws he had to make. He doesn't get tackled in the pocket. He moves around well. He manages the game well enough. Yeah, he's if he did that last year, I think they play a heck of a lot better. He's much improved as to what he was last year. He wasn't great last year at all. I'm not saying
No,
that.
he wasn't.
But he's playing much better this year. I'm trying to pull up some of his numbers. Of course, nothing's
It's okay.
working.
So let's go back to yards per play for a minute because you have a neat little stat in the old show notes here
Yeah.
about the last 3 games. I'm gonna let you tell it so I don't ruin it for you.
How far down is that? I must have missed over it.
Yeah, it's in the middle there. It's kind of by itself.
Oh, yeah. So in Florida, so the 3 consecutive losses, they've outgained all 3 opponents in yards per play.
Right.
So, like, to me, what that points to is that they're able to make plays, but they're not able to make, like, the winning plays. Like, don't fumble. Don't get beat on a wheel route when it's just, like, it just cannot happen. Like, Akeem Dent gets beat. We did see a lot more Shaheem Brown, so I'm all for that.
Yep.
Lake City's own. He
Uh-huh.
played a lot in that game.
And he played pretty good whenever I
He
watched.
did.
Like
He
I
did.
said, I didn't watch all of it with great intent.
Yeah.
But I watched it with Lindsay actually, and we like I pointed out, I'm like, hey, Lake City's on the TV, so make sure you're paying attention over there
One thing I love about him is you're going to get everything he's got.
all night long.
And he is confident. He doesn't lack that. He don't lack. He isn't gonna make a mistake and like tuck his tail. He's
Right.
gonna, his chin up, chest out. Like, okay, we'll play the next play. Like, I love that about him.
Yes,
if you're
sir.
gonna make a mistake, like let's make it that way.
Yes,
I
sir.
can't stand those like chicken shit, like coward mistakes. Like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, kid show. Like, oh, that's on me. My bad. My bad. That's my least favorite. That's like my pet peeve.
Yeah.
I can't talk about it because I'll say another bad word. I hate when someone comes to me after making a mistake and say, my bad. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you don't say. no kidding. But I do like Shaheem Brown because he's athletic. He's freaky athletic. They got to play him more. I think I'm hoping after this bye week, we'll talk about it a little bit. I hope they start turning some of them younger guys loose. I'm tired of watching the same old guys not make winning plays because they're not necessarily like making bad plays, Brad, but they're just not making like the winning plays. Like they're just not making the play to win the football game. Like make the tackle, make the sack. And it's like, I don't know. It's just frustrating.
It'll also be good to get Fabian Lovett back finally because that's a big piece we're missing right up the middle. I don't think he changes the game completely, but I think he helps. He stops some bad things from happening.
Yeah. I think anytime you talk about like a first or second rounder that has only played one game, like, yeah, he does. He absolutely does change things.
Yeah.
Like you were right with what you were saying. Because here's the thing too. So when you add a guy like that, he's disruptive. He demands like attention. He requires like offenses to game plan, which allows others around him to be freed up. And they're not. So if he's playing 30 snaps, that's 30 snaps that somebody else doesn't have to play. And now their snaps get cut in half or cut in a third. And then now they're way more effective in their like individual snaps because they're not having to play 30 snaps. They're playing 10. So they can give you a heck of a lot more in those 10. So it's huge. It's a trickle-down effect. Like that guy in the middle of the depth chart that's playing way more snaps than he should, like he doesn't have to play as much if Fabian Lovett. So when he does play, he's more fresh. He's like there's a smaller chance for him to make the mistakes that has him as third on the depth chart, right, or second on the depth chart. Then not to mention that helps the back end too because he's disruptive. So they're not having to cover as long either. So yes, Fabian Lovett coming back, hopefully for Georgia Tech, it will be huge.
Yeah, and then like what you said about the yards per play, I really like what you said. They're just not finishing. I mean, they're moving the ball, they're just not finishing. Jordan Travis in 2 consecutive games has put the ball on the ground that really, really changed things.
Yeah.
They scored both times he's fumbled. They scored.
Yeah,
North Carolina State and Clemson. So that really changes things. We got anything else with Florida State?
Yeah, we do have one more thing for both of you. Actually, I think this is, and I'll answer it as well. But do you believe that Mike Norvell eventually returns Florida State to the glory days?
I'm gonna let Brad go. I'll let Brad go first here, so that way I don't still. Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
Yes, I think he does. I think he I think it's like what old Bobby Bowden used to say: lose big, lose small, win big. I think we're in the lose small, win small section. I think you give that guy one more year, he'll consistently drop 9-10 wins. I really, really believe that.
Yeah, no, well done, Brad. That's why we need more Brad.
Listen, that was really, really good. I was dumbfounded that he used a Bobby Bowden quote and used it relatively correctly.
Yes.
Hey,
Thanks, man.
nice job, big guy. We get the camera on Brad and he turns into the new guy right here. I'm a fan.
He's the GOAT. Yeah, to answer the question, I think he is the right guy. I don't know that I'm there to go like glory years. I don't know that I can jump on that. But I do want him to be the head coach. Like I think what he's done and what he's inherited and what he's gone with is it's gone a little slower, I think.
Right.
But I don't think anyone knew exactly where it was either. So yeah, I think he's the right guy. I think like you think about if you just think about this year, and we'll get into the win totals in a minute after we talk about Florida LSU. So y'all hang tight. If you got Florida fans, tell them we're about to get started on that. So text them to hop in. But with that, Joey, I think if they win the NC State game, right, we're sitting at 5-2. Their next 5 games are all winnable games. Like they have a chance to win all 5 games. Is it likely? Probably not. But they should win 4 out of the 5. So if you have 5 wins already and you win 4 of the 5, you're at 9 already. 5 plus 4, that's 9. That's middle school math for you, baby.
Not only is it a kid-friendly show, it's also educational.
Yes, we do it all here. This is the math department. So, no, I think I do. I think the ACC is what it is. So I think there's wins to be had there, which helps the win total. And I also think if they can get to recruit at the level that they should, then you're distracting me.
Sorry.
Joey's waving. For those of you who are not in the YouTube, Joey's waving his phone like a wand or his cup. Mahoney Media, shout out Mahoney Media, in the camera right in front of my face like a wizard. It's like floating there. It's like, but anyways, yes, I do think he is. Joey, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, from the jump, we've all three said that we thought Mike Norvell was the guy. I don't think that's changed for me. I don't know that I think that he can do it consistently for years and years and years and years, but I think he's a good enough coach and he's a good enough motivator and he does things in a unique enough way that he can return you guys to at least potentially getting to that point.
I think the conversation has to be ACC championship, shot at a playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
And to clarify, I don't think he gets us back to Bobby Bowden status. I mean, 14 top 5 finishes in a row. I don't know that anyone ever does that.
Ever.
Again.
That'll never happen again. Like Nick Saban is in the ballpark. I don't know what he's finished.
He didn't do it a couple years ago.
Just missed
he
it.
He had to start his 14 over again. So
but it was at like 7 or 8 or something like that. Yeah.
He would have had to do it like 8 more times to get there with Bobby.
Insane.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone ever does that again. That's what I was about to say. I don't think any coach ever maybe experiences that level of success, but I think he can make us a contender.
Does that make Florida State fans unrealistic? Do y'all have unrealistic expectations because of what Bobby did in the 90s?
I think the age of the fan, yes.
Yeah.
The ones that grew up in the 90s and that's all they know, yeah, they're absolutely ridiculous. And then the ones that grew up in like 12 or where they really cared about Florida State in Jimbo's reign, and they're absolutely asinine too. So I think I got a good mix of, I didn't get to see the 90s, but I knew we were really good. I did go through like the lost decade, so I saw that.
Right.
And then I saw like the Jimbo good. So I'm a pretty good balanced fan, I feel like, because I got to see like the ups and downs. But yes, there are absolutely some spoiled fans in this fan base.
I didn't know that stat till Chris told it to me about the 14 top 5 finishes. So I'm also a pretty balanced fan.
You got to keep that in your back pocket.
Yeah.
You only pull that out. That's like the trump card. Like if somebody starts getting real reckless, you have to if they want to go like history for history. Well, let's talk about history. But let's move on. That game is history.
It is history.
Let's go talk to our big Gator fan here, Joey Edge, about the horrible LSU Tigers and their big game that they had against the Gators in the swamp.
Let's before we get to that, let's get an ad read in. Let's do Bryan Sports, because they're the best sporting goods store in Lake City or the surrounding counties.
Yes.
I'm not sure what word I just said, but I said counties, I think. Counties. Go see Brian. Go see Brock. Go see anybody else that works there. They're great people, great prices, guaranteed, best in town, best around. Give them a call, 755-0570. Mention Front Porch Sitting, and you'll get 10% off. And, go see them. So anyways, Gator time.
Yeah, Gator.
Yeah.
You have on here takeaways.
That's because I was going to have some notes, and then I decided not to. But then I wrote some in there anyways, and they're all sporadic and all over the place. So
there they are.
Here we go.
Last time I looked, they weren't there. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's talk about defense first. Let's start
do
there.
it. Okay, great.
Let's just get right to it. Let's stop BSing around here. Is it all on Patrick Toney, the defensive coordinator?
No, it's not. I for a minute thought it was not all, but I thought a lot of it was. And I'm still not 100% sold that a lot of it's not. But we watched the game together last night. So full disclosure, I told Chris and Brad and Tyler, but Tyler just chose not to come because he doesn't like us.
No, not a lie told.
No, but so Chris, go ahead, Tyler.
You didn't hear me say that you're wrong.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
He texted it.
that's great. That's great. So Chris came over. Brad came over. We watched the Florida game along with a couple other things, but like I rewatched it with purpose of just watching the defense. Didn't care about anything else, just watching the defense. Patrick Toney put guys in position to make plays,
Yes.
and guys didn't make plays.
Yes.
Like, is some of that coaching? Yeah, sure, because you have to coach your guys to make plays. I'm okay with that. Like that part, I'm okay with. He also coaches the safeties. The worst position group on the field right now is the safeties. So, in a weird way, is it Patrick Toney's issue? Yeah, I mean, it has to be.
At the end of the day, it does absolutely fall on his shoulders.
Right, it has to be. You have no choice but to say that. However, are players in the right positions to make plays more often than they're not? Yes, they truly are. And it's very it's simple that they are. They're in position to make plays more often than they're not, and they haven't made plays. Trey Dean has made 0 plays this year.
Correct.
That dude should I don't know why he's on the field still. It baffles me. I don't care if nobody's better. Give me somebody. Let me see something different. Don't care what like I said, I don't care. It can't be worse.
Yeah.
It's not going to be worse. So give me something different.
It's kind of what I talked about earlier. Like, let me see somebody else work through these growing pains.
Right.
How about a young kid work through the growing pains? Not a 10th year senior. You owe nothing more to him. He's got 10 degrees.
Give me a walk on, which I know is going to play hard.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I don't care at this point. I just don't want to see Trey Dean on the field anymore. Yeah. I am absolutely done with it.
Yeah, I'd be out on Trey Dean. Probably would have already been out on Trey Dean.
Yeah, whatever. Trey Dean's done. I'm done with Trey Dean. Rashad Torrance is similar to me. Like, he not making a lot of plays. The secondary in general, not making a lot of plays.
Jadon Hill had a bad day.
Horrible day. I like Jadon Hill.
Yeah,
I've always thought he was pretty decent. Good little cover guy. They played man a lot against LSU.
I noticed that.
And they got destroyed a lot against LSU.
Yeah.
So, like, fans are saying, oh, too soft of zones. And I said it, covering grass. Well, they didn't do that Saturday.
No.
They went man up. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
And it wasn't great.
Yeah, when
So
they
now
ran
we're
zone,
covering-
they ran zone, they got freaking torched.
Right. So you're in zone, you get torched. You're in man, you get torched. That's a problem. That's no longer a coaching problem either. That's a player problem. You got a player problem now. I don't like it. And there's nothing you can do about it right now. That's the worst part about this whole thing. Everybody's like, oh, well, you got to fire the guy. Why? Why are you going to fire? How about this? Patrick Toney at Louisiana Lafayette. You want to hear what his defenses were ranked?
Yeah.
His first year in 2018, 124th. That's not great. No, second year in 2019, 77th.
Okay.
Third year, 2020, he went to 28th. And then in 21, they were 11th in the country in defense.
It's a heck of a trend.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of your favorite coaches, right?
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Brent Venables.
Yes.
First year on the job. His defense, yeah?
Yeah.
They're running – I mean, Oklahoma's running his defense. They're not – right?
Yeah, it's going to take some time, but yeah.
I agree. It's going to take time. That's the point. 84th in yards per play against them. They are 113th in third down defensive conversion.
Venables?
Yeah. Yeah. Oregon, Dan Lanning.
Yep.
95th in yards per play. 129th in third down conversion rate.
Not good.
Florida, 106th, and then dead last, 131st in conversion rate.
They're not dead last, are they?
131 teams in FBS football.
Dude, here's what's wild. So on Friday we played. We had our high school football game. There's usually like an hour or so of downtime, so we always still want like a game. So we're watching Oklahoma, Texas, and me and Coach Reed are sitting there watching like Venables, and it's just they're like in the most like outlandish defenses that don't really look that sound, and they're just getting gashed.
Yeah.
It's almost like, let me do something that no one else does because no one else does it, and I'm so good of a coach that I can make it work.
Yeah.
But it's like not working. Obviously. I didn't even know those numbers. It's funny you said that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, by the way, why I like UCLA is 95th and 129th.
You're not wrong.
And UCLA's offense isn't bad. So
No, they're not.
Yeah, give me that.
DTR is a pretty good player. I need to change that pick.
he is. So let's go back to Toney for just a minute. Get off the fire Toney train. Hey, Gator fans, Get off the fire Tony train. I'm
I
done
agree.
with it. I'm done with firing a guy after a season.
It's too soon.
And me and you and Mr. Reed, who I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, but me and you and him, we're in a group conversation, and we were talking about different things and how terminologies are different with different coaches and the advancements of all, like, these coaches are so smart, and there's so many different things that you have to look at. But like, so we go to Patrick Toney, and then you go to Dan Lanning, and then you go to Brent Venables, and it's completely different things that you're looking for, like your eyes, your keys, or whatever, are all completely different with the next guy. And so then you have to relearn that. So those guys learned whatever Grantham wanted, and now they're going in and they're having to learn whatever Patrick Toney wants. And it's two separate worlds.
Yeah.
Right? And they run two separate defense. Like, they're not even that similar, really.
It appears that they're in two different worlds out there, too.
And it does appear that way. But I think the longer you give him, and because he's not a dumb guy.
No, God, no.
Like, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
So I think you have to give him a little bit of time. Give the whole staff a little bit of time to figure things out, figure out what's going to work. And, they're stepping up in the world, too. Like, this is their first year in SEC football where they're actually relevant. Like, of course, Napier's been an OC at Clemson, and he's been the receivers coach at Bama and all that nonsense. It's different.
It's different.
He's running his own program, and he's the OC.
Yes.
Give him a little bit of time.
I agree with that.
Give him a little bit of time.
The other thing, too, that I would say, here's the part that would suck if you're a Gator fan, is that while he's getting that time, are you squandering Anthony Richardson and 35 points a game?
Maybe.
Yeah, that sucks, though.
I mean, it does suck. It does. There's no way around that.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like that part sucks.
Because the offense played well enough to win the game Saturday.
Absolutely.
Like, way past well enough to win the game. You scored 35 in the SEC, you should win. Anyway, I don't care where you're at. You scored 35, you should win.
35 you should be able to win.
You should win with that.
Yeah.
And they did. It's not like they got stopped a lot.
No.
I mean, when they got stopped, I think they punted twice, maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
So yeah, I'm a little disappointed, obviously, but at the same time, I'm a little optimistic as well. So I'm good with where we are as a program.
I gotcha. I mean, I'm okay with that. I think as you should be. We just talked about it. Offense played well enough to win.
Yep.
Anything on offense that stood out?
Lorenzo Lingard.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought Lingard getting significant reps, like actual reps that mean something. I thought that was big for him. I thought that was big for everybody, really. The fans, the university itself. I thought it was really good. I know Napier in his presser today, they asked him about Lingard specifically, and they said, what was the meaning behind the extra reps or the reps he got in the game? And he's like, because he's earned them.
Yeah.
Like, he's worked his ass off in practice. We're going to give him reps in games. So I thought that was big. And all three backs really played well again.
Yeah.
ETN is we talked about it last night, but that dude's, and I tweeted it, he's the most subtle back that I've ever seen. Not ever, but he's the most subtle back that I've seen in a minute. Like, he doesn't change directions all that fast, but he never gets hard contact anywhere. Like, if he gets hit, it's because he's not getting hit square. How about that?
Yeah, he does not get squared up.
No, he doesn't. And then Montrell Johnson's just a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride that one. I'm gonna ride that till he leaves.
No, you should,
because he is far and away.
Yeah,
he's better to me. He's better than ATN, but
right now I agree.
yes, like
Yeah, I don't know if it stays that way, but
ETN's really good. Joey, how happy were you with AR-15? I mean, I know we talked about it briefly, but that first pass was so beautiful.
Yeah, the first ball he threw to Shorter, who, by the way, is a struggle bus himself, except in a straight line.
It's so hard to figure that guy out.
It really is. Because, like, he makes that play, and he runs right by the guy, nice little over-the-shoulder catch.
He tracks it.
Tracked it really well.
Yeah.
Great ball by Anthony Richardson.
Oh, my God. That was like poetry in motion.
It was. Everything about that was so good. The spin that he creates on the ball.
The protection he had. Like,
yes.
All day, comes out on time. It's like and then it's in the air for a million miles.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I really like where Anthony Richardson is. I do. I like that he's starting to gain a little bit more confidence in himself. Yeah. He's kind of almost, I don't want to say shied away from like that negativity and making one bad play and then hitting us with that guy. I don't like that. I need, and I don't care if you're a rah-rah guy, but I need my quarterback to at least always be confident. Like, quarterback's like a closer in baseball, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you have to have a short memory.
Yeah.
You can have a blown save, but guess what? The next night you're back out there, big dog.
Yeah.
So you better go get it done.
Yeah.
And the more you don't get it done, like that's a problem. You have to have a short memory as a quarterback, and I think that he's finally starting to develop that. So I'm pleased with Anthony Richardson at this point, and he's running the ball like he should.
Yeah.
The 81-yard touchdown run at the end or the beginning of the fourth quarter was big. It was
I will
huge.
say that was the most piss poor tackling I've ever seen. Like, it was so bad. I mean, it was a nice run.
Yeah.
But, oh, my God, LSU, they're just like, yeah, just go ahead, bud. We're good.
He's also 6'3", 235.
Oh, no, listen, I'm stepping out of the way, too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that's what everyone on the LSU defense said. Is like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, business decision.
Yeah, they all made them.
Yeah, they did, and I'm not mad at him, but yeah.
No, it was ugly.
So, yeah, I'm good with where Richardson is too. Saturday night, you could have asked me a lot of this, and I probably would have said something completely different.
Yeah, that's how that works.
But after I cooled down, and I really did a lot of film review.
Yeah.
In different ways. I went to Twitter. There's a couple of people on Twitter that do good film reviews. And then like I said, we watched the game, and I watched it with intent, not just as a fan that's angry and heated and whatever, but just I know what happened, so I can't get mad the second time around.
Yeah.
So you actually watched the game the way I wanted to watch it.
Talk your trash, Sherm. Sherm said, "I'm not good where he is."
Yeah, he's made 8 starts. He's made 8 starts. He made what? 2 his high school senior year?
Who's that?
Anthony Richardson.
Really?
He didn't make many. He made what? 3 his junior year?
Yeah.
My man's at like 13 starts since his sophomore year of high school.
Who was in front of him in high school?
Nobody. He got hurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He hurt his shoulder his senior year and his knee, I think, his junior, or hamstring or something his junior year.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
He's relatively fragile.
But he is relatively fragile. I mean, he's been banged up a touch. But like that kind of stuff takes time.
Yeah.
Like high school kids, dominating high school kids is one thing. Dominating college kids is a little different.
I agree.
And especially when you did it at Eastside High School and you're playing against nobodies.
Yeah.
Like they don't. He was playing against a lot of nobodies in high school, so things were wide open for him. It doesn't work like that in college. Like things you have to throw people up. He missed Pearsall on a out and up.
Yeah.
He missed Pearsall. Like those things that I think that he's getting better at every week.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I'm okay with where he's at, because I think that the things that he misses, it seems like he does something different the next week that makes me feel like, okay, he handled that better. He handled that differently. So I'm good with that. Like
Brad's going to.
Yeah, let me read this.
Okay, my good friend Brian Hill wants to know if he's going pro or if he's staying another year.
I think he stays another year now.
Really?
I do.
He's kind of on fire right now. His numbers. I know the results aren't the same, but
No, but
he's hot right now.
I think most NFL teams know that he's a 2 to 3 year deal right now. Like I don't think anybody drafts him today and says he can start for us tomorrow. I don't think anybody says that. You can look at, if you like we did last night, if you just watch the film, you can see that, and Sherm said it, he's missing simple throws. Like the simple throws aren't the ones that bother me. It's the reads. The throws are fine. I don't care. That you're gonna miss those. You're gonna hit those. He misses the easy ones probably a little too consistently for me. Like too many misses that are consistent. I don't like that. I think that gets better with time, because he hasn't done it that much. He hasn't been on the field that much, and that's why I think he stays another year, because he needs that extra year of college. I think that if his people tell him to go pro, he'll get the one contract, and I don't know that he gets another now.
I think he'll go. I think he'll go, and that's an unpopular opinion. I think he'll go with his injury history. I can see him going. The other thing is this too, Joey, for you. You like Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a better version of Trey Lance. He's played better competition in the SEC, not North Dakota State.
Okay.
He's more athletic than Trey Lance, in my opinion.
I think
I don't know.
Probably.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah, they're similar. I like the comparison.
maybe, but Trey Lance got picked early.
Trey Lance got picked very early,
They reached like hell for him.
and now, so with Trey Lance though, they knew they were going to have to. He was going to sit a year. Everybody knew. Like they knew that they were
Yeah.
going to have to sit him 1 year.
Yeah.
Should they have sat him 2? Because the first 2 weeks weren't great.
Maybe, but like we see this all the time. Teams are going to reach for a quarterback, and if a guy like Anthony Richardson goes into the NFL draft, somebody's mouth is going to drool. It only takes one person.
No, you're right.
To absolutely salivate at like, oh my God, he's 6'4", 240. He's so fast. His arm is like a cannon. I have so much ego as a coach. I can teach him how to play football.
Right. I agree with that.
So I could see him getting a first round draft grade. I absolutely could.
I can see him getting.
So he doesn't go. So you don't think he goes? If he gets let me break this down into two questions. If he continues at the pace that he does and he stays healthy as he is, do you think he gets a first 1 to 2 round draft grade? Because that's how they do it.
First 2, yeah.
That's how they do it. They go first 2, middle 3, last
I think,
2.
yeah.
It's something like that. You don't
1
tell
and then 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7.
maybe something like that. But it's like tiered. You don't just get hey, you're a second round 12th pick guy. They're not going to do that.
Right.
So I personally think if everything stays the same, to answer Brian's question, shout out Brian, this is a good one. I think if he gets a first round grade, I think he goes. I think shout out Luke Minshew, let's go. But I think he gets a first round grade. I think he goes, especially knowing his injury history. Like his injury history says that he doesn't stay healthy. So you better go get. There's only so many miles like tread on the tires.
Right.
You better go get the real money while you can. Yeah.
So I agree. I agree with that, Chris. But it's not like.
Shout out. Tyler said the same thing as me before I said it.
Yeah, and I guess so. I'm not thinking about it in the injury aspect too, because he literally every year of his career since his junior year of high school, he's been injured in some way or another.
Like injured.
Right. So I guess in that regard, if I got a first round grade, I'm probably going to go get mine too. So maybe he does.
I don't know that.
It wouldn't surprise me either way, though. I'll say that.
To answer Brian's question, if he's, like Brian said, if he's projected first or second round, which I think he does, I think he is, I think he's gone.
I think
I
if
think he'd be foolish not to, especially knowing the history of his injury.
Brad, do you think he projects as a first or second rounder?
Yeah, if he keeps the numbers he's got going right now, yes, absolutely. He's going to.
And you do as well, Chris?
Yes, I think if he stays healthy, barring injuries, yes.
I think two things. I think Florida can't handle that because we don't have another backup or we don't have another quarterback.
No.
And so we better find the portal.
And here's
That's
the one.
That's what I will say about that.
Here's the one saving grace. If he truly needs another year to develop, NIL may change whether or not he goes or not.
Okay.
Like they may.
He just signed a Gatorade deal.
Well, and that's going to help. Like
so those things will help. I agree.
If he ponies up and or UF like says, okay, hey, we really, like you just said, we can't handle you leaving. Please God, don't do us like this. Here's another meal or two or whatever. Then maybe he goes.
True.
So outside of the two bad games, AR had a QBR of fifth in the country.
Yep.
That's from Luke Minshew.
Shout out Luke.
I did not realize that. I knew that he had some really good games in there.
Yep.
As far as QBR goes, not just looks or whatever, but QBR. I knew he had some good ones. I didn't realize outside of the two. But now the two bad ones were bad though. They were really bad.
Yeah.
And he says he's improving, which is encouraging.
Luke's a big Gator fan. He's a huge Gator fan.
I can tell. I like it.
But he's educated, obviously, as you see.
Yeah. And then outside of Miller and Cox, the defense is regressing. Absolutely, 100% agree. So far,
I would totally agree. Ventrell Miller's a freakazoid.
Good.
We've been saying that.
Right.
And then Brenton Cox has played a heck of a lot better.
we talked about that last night.
Yes.
And I said that exact same quote almost. He's actually been pretty darn good this year.
I would agree with that.
Like he's gone this way.
Yes.
We like that.
Yes.
We like
agree.
that. Jervon Dexter, on the other hand, not going that way. Desmond Watson, never see the field again. I'd be happy.
Yeah. I agree.
I think some of the defensive line rotations are I'm not sure what, but they're not great right now.
Yeah. I think in just a second, right? We're not going to take like a true break, but we're about to jump on these.
Hunter said the Nice quarterback, and then he laughed because
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We know.
He's not wrong. We're going to do our win projections. So if you got paper and pencil laying around, I encourage you to do this because I want to know what your numbers are. Okay. Like this should be like an activity.
I like this activity. I think we should do this.
Like on the front porch, like classroom activity. Like I think we should do that. We got to read this in between, but while you're doing this little ad read, the rest of you who are in here, I think it'll be cool. I want to see what y'all's numbers are and where they match up with ours. Get something to write with, something to write on. It could be your notes in your phone or whatever, but do this with us. I'm curious.
Yeah. So explain to them what to do real quick.
Okay, so basically what you need to do is find out, and we'll tell you what the games are, but it's going to be Florida State's remaining 5 games and Florida's remaining 5 games. And you're going to basically do a confidence level. Like, for example, I have Florida State 90% chance to win against Georgia Tech. So that would go down as 0.90. And then we'll add them at the end, and then that percentage will be the win expectancy or your individual win shares. And you'll just add 4 to that number, and you'll find, because they've each got 4 wins now, and so you'll find out in your mind what's the most likely record for your respective team.
Big fan of that. So let's go ad read for Josh's Barbershop.
Yeah, Josh's Barbershop.
I need a haircut. That's why I have the hat on tonight.
I do too. Beard's getting.
Oh yeah, this is all over the
I
place.
should have worn a hat.
Nope.
Oh boy.
Brad, look at the sky. Brad, look at the sky.
No.
Look at that. Y'all see his neck? Oh my god.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Josh's gonna fix all that though. I want to go out of there, and everyone just better watch out.
that's not what you said a few months ago, Brad.
No, it's not. But we are a friendly, family-friendly show, and I can't say that anymore.
Yeah. Anyways, go see Josh, man. Josh McCardle at Josh's Barbershop. I told Sherman about him the other day, and yeah, so he's gonna give him a shot, I think. So we're gonna play it by ear. We'll see what happens. But yeah,
Push that red button. Top right.
that one.
Yeah. Make it nothing. Never mind. Keep going.
What were you trying to do?
Make it be just on you. But go ahead.
That would be this. Anyways,
That was the red button, wasn't it? No, the one below there. I see. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Joy.
Josh's Barbershop.
Yep.
Go see him. Best barber in town. Best barber in the area. Probably the best barber in the state of Florida.
Maybe the world.
Probably the world. I agree, Brad. Give him a text. Do not call him. He's a busy man. He's cutting hair all the time. Give him a text at 247-1430. That is 386-247-1430. Hey, Josh, how does it feel to know that I know your phone number by heart?
He definitely listens.
Oh, I know. He definitely will listen.
Yeah.
I'm always really impressed with how many phone numbers Joey knows by heart.
This show does it for you. Look at you. Oh, my God. Jeez. Right, your camera's in the corner.
I know,
over
but
there.
I like to see me.
All right.
It's going to take a few minutes for Brad to get used to this.
Yeah, it's natural. Like, it is weird.
It is.
It is. But
Yeah, when you look over here and you see you, but you look up there and there's the camera, and then I just try to look at you. It makes it easier for
yeah,
me.
it's easy. It's in the middle.
And
All right.
I'm actually looking at the state of Florida flag behind
like
you.
that? That's a
tonight.
nice
Yeah,
touch, right?
It is a nice touch.
Everyone in the chat loves it. I know it.
Turn your head a little bit like this. Other way.
By the way,
Yeah, there you go. How do you say other way and continue to go that way, though?
I don't know. My neck doesn't work. All right. So you should have your team's win total or your team's schedule in front of you. So, like Florida, in case you don't know, they have Georgia next, Texas A&M, South Carolina, Vandy, and then Florida State. Okay, so we want to just do Florida first?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. They got Georgia. Okay. Joey, where do you have their win expectancy? Y'all don't have to tell us each individual number. We'll just
You
wait.
can if you want to, though. It's up to you. I don't
Okay, yeah. Actually, that's fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
either way.
Freak it. Georgia. Joey, where you got it at?
care. 0.20.
Okay. Brad?
0.25.
I also
wow.
have it at 0.25.
Wow.
What?
How the
I
Florida
feel like
State fans go higher than the Florida fan?
Well, because I think why do y'all have it at 0.25?
Because I think Georgia's susceptible to they can get got.
I do think so too. And I think Tennessee being the next week helps Florida a lot.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody's kind of anticipating the Georgia-Tennessee matchup, including
Oh.
Georgia and Tennessee.
No, Hunter, that's not how it works. You can't do that. You got it's got to be percentage. You just can't call it a loss.
Percentage. So we got 5% from Tyson. Yeah. So I got it at 0.20, 0.25, 2.25 for you guys. What about at Texas A&M?
Brad, what do you have that at?
I got it at 40%.
Okay.
Okay.
0.4.
Riley's got it at 0.25. Love it. 45%, Brad?
40.
40. I have it as a coin flip. 0.5.
Wow. Okay. I got it at 0.35.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all have y'all not watched Texas A&M?
No, I think
App
Texas A&M
State-
is very gettable.
Oh yeah, no, you can beat Texas A&M. I have it as a coin flip.
I do think Texas
Their
A&M
quarterback
is very
play
gettable.
is atrocious.
It
Like,
is. Hey,
they're gonna
so
run
is Florida's
14
defensive play.
Okay, well then they'll balance out.
106, 131.
Okay, well that's not great. But Jimbo Fisher's only going to run 32 plays in the entire game, so they won't get a chance to be exposed often.
Valid. That's a good point.
Okay,
South Carolina at home,
I'll go first. I have it as a 0.65.
0.65 for me.
Coin flip.
Really? 0.65? We're on the same page there? We did not talk about this before.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Wait. Tyson's going to be in Kyle Stadium?
Are you going to the Roar
I
Yell
was gonna say,
practice?
go to the Yell practice, my guy.
Dude, go to Yell practice. Like, sneak in, wear some overalls, and film it.
And take
If
your
you-
front porch sitting, Koozie.
If you go to Yell practice and film it, send it to producer Rolf.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the show.
That's excellent. I want to go to Kyle Field.
undercover. That's awesome.
I want to go to Kyle Field really bad. I'm Tyson, I am pissed at you for not letting me know that you were going and then not inviting me.
He said yes. Oh my God, we've done it. All right, let's move on. Vandy. I have Vandy at 90%.
At Vandy, I got 0.75.
Wow. I went with 100. Florida's not losing that game.
Did he just do what I think he did? He did. Oh my God. That's gonna happen. All right, and then Florida State. What we got Florida State at?
Coin flip. 50.
I got Florida with a 0.45 chance to win. The 5% is home field.
I have them at 0.35.
All right, so now what you'll do is you'll add all your points up, right? So your numbers up. So I came up with, me personally, 2.75 wins. Joy, what did you come up with?
2.40.
2.40. Brad, what did you come up with?
2.5.
2.5. Okay, so I have Florida winning season total 6.75.
6.40 for me.
Yep, 6.40 for you, and Brad 6.5. If we average those up, I guess we're going to be right around 2.5 probably.
Yep, give or take.
Give or take, maybe 2.55. So it would be 6.55 roughly win totals. Tyler Kelly's got the same thing, 2.65.
Yep.
Love it. It's probably about what, if you average this up, that's what we all have.
Yep.
Tyson, 6. Love it. Riley, 0. Florida's going to finish. I love Riley. All right, so that's the Florida one there. Y'all throw yours in there. Let's see what you got. All you got to do, whatever number you got, just add 4 to it because they already have 4 wins.
Yep.
Let's do Florida State too. If you want to do Florida State, you can. I know there's a lot of Gator fans in the chat, but we're
For reference, I was at 7.6 before the season started
for Florida.
Yeah.
So they're
So
a whole win
6.4
under. Whole win
is
under
what I
for
have
you.
now. Yeah.
All right. Georgia Tech, Joey. Where do you have that at?
0.80.
0.80. Okay. Brad.
100.
That doesn't exist. 0.9 for me. 0.9. I didn't really love 0.9. Let's see. Miami. Joey, what do you have Miami?
I got 0.55.
Brad.
80. Miami's bad. They're awful.
What?
He said 80. Miami's bad. Miami's awful.
Okay. No. 0.65 for me. And I thought that was high.
0.55 because I think Florida State's going to have a nice home field advantage.
They will.
So
Doak South. Syracuse, I'll go first. I have this at 0.45.
0.40 for me.
Yeah.
Oh, boys, that was very optimistic.
No way.
0.70. I think we're going to have a really good finish to the season.
Yeah, apparently. Jeez. Brett. Okay.
I can't wait for this one. If it doesn't have 1.10 on this
It
one.
already does.
Yep.
All right.
No. What? Not 1.0. 1.10.
Oh.
I need 110%.
All right. The Cajuns, Raging Cajuns, I have it as 0.9. Joey?
0.80.
0.80.
100.
And then UF.
50-50, obviously.
Yeah, I have it at 0.55.
I have that at 65.
Good job.
All right. So I have, when you
Brad's
add
got
them,
5 games, and he's going to have like 4.87 here.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus. I have it at 3.45 if you add all mine up.
I have it at 3.05.
3.05.
Yeah.
Brad?
4.15.
All right. So I have Florida State finishing at 7.45.
7.05 for me.
And Brad, 8.15.
Yep.
Cool. I think I was actually under that number for my season win total preseason.
I don't know where mine is, but yeah, mine was very close to that for Florida State.
Okay, cool. So Tyson at 3.4. We're like basically identical there. Tyler Kelly, same thing, 3.2. Pretty freaking close. Those are the only two in there right now. But yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. I think Florida State has to win 4 out of their last 5.
Yeah.
I don't think that's likely, obviously, seeing as I have them winning 3.4 of their last 5, but winning 3 games is more likely by just a hair than winning 4 games for me.
This is a fun segment.
Brad's analytics behind this are really good.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
All right.
I mean, a huge fan.
I have a Joey question that's not involving this. Is Tennessee allowed to stand up now?
As long as they're fundraising. Did you see that?
Yeah,
It's in the show notes. In just a minute, we're going to talk about that.
Is there something else in front of that?
No. But I feel like I need to answer this question from Brad.
Oh, okay, fair. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they can. They can do whatever they want to at this point.
Can I say that Tennessee's post-game celebration was one of the best things I've seen
Ever.
ever? Like from
Not
the
as good
cigars
as-
from the president, from the 50,000 players in the locker room inside smoking cigars,
Big fan.
the fans storming the field, snapping the goalpost, taking them out, throwing them into the river like they did however many years ago it was. Incredible. Like, that's why people love college football.
100%.
Like,
I wanted to hate it.
that, I know you do.
I want to real bad.
That stage, like that scene, is college football in a nutshell. That's why we love that game. What?
Tyson said Tennessee is good at football. Thanks, Tyson.
That is some like Brad level analytics right there.
That means you can be on a
Analysis.
podcast, Tyson.
He's been on one several times.
He was pretty good too.
I mean, he
Yeah.
could host one. Good job.
He could actually.
Yeah.
Tennessee, man. Don't worry about sitting down, Tennessee.
They ain't got to.
Stand
Never
up.
thought I'd hear him say it.
Do whatever you want to do. Josh Heupel's good. I don't know.
Oh. Where's Lance Strawdy? Where's
Lance
Lance?
Strawdy
Oh,
has
he's
missed
missing his moment. He's missing his moment.
I hate it. I wanted like you were talking about. I wanted to hate it so bad.
You couldn't. Though.
I couldn't. I found myself sitting here watching the TV in anger because it's Tennessee and I hate them and I don't know. Tyler's going to Twitter for some reason.
Something cool's fixing to happen.
I don't
Y'all
know what's
hang
going
tight.
on. I don't like it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's tweeting about Josh Heupel. I don't want to tweet about Josh Heupel.
He said you're not in charge of Twitter.
Yeah, but no, Tennessee. That was electric. That was dynamic. That was freaking awesome.
I hate it.
I mean, I get it. I would too if I was you. But
Here's the
dude,
crazy thing about Tennessee, though. I love Rocky Top. The song Rocky Top, love it.
Yes, sir.
Huge fan.
Yes, sir.
I love the city of Knoxville, Tennessee. The campus is beautiful. It's right there next to the river. I like a lot about Tennessee. And I hate a lot about Tennessee, too. They're going to come back down to earth soon. Don't worry.
I think as long as the guy named Hendon Hooker is their quarterback.
Right, I agree.
They're gonna
But
be
he's
tough to beat.
28. He don't have any eligibility left after this year.
So you're saying next year they come back down to earth
Yeah, next year they come back down to earth.
after their playoff appearance?
Yeah, probably.
I know. I cannot wait for this Tennessee Georgia game.
Oh boy,
That one's going to be pretty.
I am not sure. I'm excited for that.
What did you say?
He can't wait for the Tennessee game, Georgia.
Tennessee, Georgia? I think it'll be fun.
I think it's going to be really fun.
I think it'll
Yeah.
be fun. I don't know
Y'all
that
won't be at my house watching.
I
it.
probably will be, but
I will not be. There is zero part of me that will be that wants to be there or will be there.
No, I'm
no shot that I'll be there.
I am scared.
But
Yeah, y'all just do a wellness check after the game on
Yeah,
me.
we'll
Make
do.
sure everything's okay.
you just have your phone on you, Joey, because if I need to ride out of there, I'm calling you.
you better start running, and then I'll pick you up on the way. I'm not.
Well,
I'm
you'll-
not going into the neighborhood or the.
Well, you'll catch him 50 yards from the house. He's out of breath. You also could just walk to Joey's house. It's really close.
I ain't walking nowhere.
No shit. I mean, no crap. Yeah, it's
Do we think
live.
Tennessee is? They won obviously, but are they the better football team? Tennessee or Alabama?
Yes.
No.
Tennessee was the better football team.
Is Tennessee the better football team?
Yep.
You think so?
Second?
Yep.
Yes.
If they played on neutral field, who wins that game?
Tennessee. They bullied Alabama in the box. They absolutely did what they wanted to Alabama, which
If
which
they
I'm
play
not
in the
used to
SEC
seeing.
championship game,
I hope we don't.
No,
Go Dogs.
do you do you
I know I hit it. That's the second time I've hit it.
do you think that that if they do meet in the SEC championship game, who do you pick?
It's tough to beat a team twice. It'll depend on the spread.
Straight up, no spread. Pick them.
Everyone's healthy?
Fully healthy, both sides.
I don't know, man.
I'll go ahead and say it. Saban ain't losing twice.
Bama's the better team to me.
I'd probably go Tennessee.
I think Tennessee is fun, and Hendon Hooker is really, really, really good.
Alabama struggles with
I
that
think-
type of offense.
They
always have.
I agree with that.
They always have.
Fast and a moving quarterback
Yes.
is a struggle for them. 100%
Yes. And
agree with
he's
that.
accurate, more accurate than anything that
Way
Ole
more
Miss has
accurate.
ever had.
That dude hasn't thrown an interception since I was 17.
Yes, that's true, and that's a really long time in case you guys are counting. But sorry, no, I'm. Tennessee didn't have their starting safety, by the way, and
Right.
another backup safety. Like they didn't have two guys on the back end.
Bryce Young just got healthy or just got back. That was his first game back. I don't know. I think that
He hasn't let the world on fire. Here's the deal. I think here's what it comes down to for me too. Bill O'Brien is calling plays at Alabama, right?
See,
Yeah. Okay, I'm good. Tennessee for me. Tennessee. They're not good enough to overcome Bill O'Brien.
I think Tyson had a good question. He said, I just think that it seemed like Tennessee dominated the game and Bama was still a missed field goal away from walking out of that atmosphere with a W.
that's my thing. Like, the feel was Tennessee was the better team that day. The scoreboard, it was 49-49 with 3 seconds left. And the kid hit a knuckleball field goal that went in for the win.
That last
If
part. What was the last part you just said?
For the win.
Winning play.
For the win. Yeah.
Winning play. Yeah.
They scored 49 with Bill
Tennessee
O'Brien.
sucks on defense, Riley. Bill O'Brien's ass.
They're not gonna suck any less the next time they play.
They won't suck
I will say Tennessee's receivers are better than Bama's receivers right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference between the
Tennessee's quarterback's better than Alabama's quarterback.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Hendon Hooker may be the best quarterback in college football right now.
He's one of.
Bryce Young's not better than Hendon Hooker right now. Right now.
I can't get on board with that.
Sorry.
I just can't. I can't get on board with that.
Proof's in the pudding. They beating everybody.
So is Stetson Bennett.
He's playing a lot better.
He's playing awful.
He's playing a lot better.
Last 4 weeks he's been really, really bad.
Undefeated.
Not better than Hendon Hooker. Not
No,
better
I agree.
than
I
Bryce
just
Young.
said Hendon Hooker's the best. You said Stetson Bennett.
Well, because you said Hendon Hooker's the best because he's undefeated. There's a lot of quarterbacks that are well, not a lot, but there's a few.
No, but he's different. He's earned it. You made that comparison. I didn't make that comparison. Hendon Hooker's put his team on his back every week.
Yes,
Stetson Bennett's not doing that. I didn't say that. You made that comparison
but you made the point of a undefeated season.
of a quarterback putting his undefeated team on his back. Stetson Bennett is undefeated, but he doesn't put his team on his back.
No, he doesn't.
He's played better though.
Bryce Young makes throws college quarterbacks don't make, according to Tyson Ellis. I agree with that. I think Bryce Young is actually supremely underrated. I think he's the best back in college football. Best quarterback in college football.
Okay, I don't.
Well,
He makes throws that other quarterbacks don't make. Not named Hendon Hooker. I mean, Hendon Hooker makes throws too.
Does he? Hendon Hooker is really smart. Makes really good reads and throws the ball to open guys. But does he make plays? Does he run around and do silly stuff and throw the ball into windows that nobody else is throwing the ball into?
Alabama secondary, a lot of people say, is the master class of secondaries. Like that's Nick Saban's baby. That's like
Right.
that's supposed to be the best. They had a receiver that had 6 catches and had 5 touchdowns. He threw the guy open. He was wide open everywhere. He got led perfectly, dropped the ball. I mean, those are like 30, 40, 50 yards in the air, like passes downfield with Tim Anderson or whatever his name is coming off the edge. Like he's really good too.
Hendon Hooker is really good. I told you. I think he's top 3. In my opinion, Bryce Young is the best quarterback in college football.
I don't know.
What's next? Ad read?
don't know.
Do we have an ad read? Probably should do an ad
Country
read.
Club.
The Country Club ad read. That's right. Hey, I played golf today at the Country Club.
How'd you do?
83. Not great, Bob. Not great. Yeah, it was bad. I 3-putted like 6 times. I actually hit the ball pretty good, so I'm not mad at it. Anyways, whole point of that, course looks really good. Greens were really good. Went there at lunchtime. I actually went there at the beginning of the day because I didn't work today because I don't like working. Went there at the beginning of the day, full up. So I was like, nah, I'm coming back in a little bit. Went back at lunchtime. Parking lot was full. I was like, what in the world? Go in. Everybody's eating lunch at the club in the restaurant over there. So yeah, go see those guys at the restaurant. It's apparently the real deal because everybody and their mother went there for lunch today. And then you have the Roundtree tournament coming up this weekend. Me and Shane are going to go ahead and take that down. So if you want to get in and get beat, come see us on Saturday morning at like 8:00. Breakfast and lunch provided with your entry fee. So yeah, there's that. Give them a call, 752-2266. Ask for a membership. Tell them the Front Porch sent you. Won't get you anything. What's next?
We got anything else? Is that gonna be it?
No, we got something else. We have to have something else.
Okay.
We do have something else actually. JT and somebody else was having it. Maybe Tyler actually. I don't know. Did y'all see Josh Naylor? The dude that hit the home run off of Garrett Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all seen this?
Mm-hmm.
I saw it. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I know you saw it, and I in Twitter or in our notes app, it says put the freaking video on the screen. That's what it says in our notes.
Okay.
Why is the video not on the screen right now?
Didn't see it in the show notes, sir.
Okay. Well, you got to start paying attention to the show notes, Tyler.
It happens to the best of them, Tyler.
How would you know?
Because I don't read the show notes very much.
So
Right,
what
but
you're
you said the
saying
best.
is you're saying that Tyler is equivalent to you right now?
The best of them, baby.
The best. The best of the best of the best. Sir,
It'd be a real shame if your camera just shut off right now.
can you put the video up there? Is that possible?
Yeah, give me a second.
All right. Thank you. So Josh Naylor rocked the baby around the bases and called Garrett Cole a word that I can't say. His little bleep son while rounding third base. In a game they lost, in a game they were down 3-2 after the home run. How do you feel about that, Chris? Have you seen the video?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay.
I would lose my mind. I would literally lose my mind. Like if I'm catching, he never makes it to third. Eject me. It is what it is. He never makes it to third. We're about to put the video up there for you guys that are in the chat that haven't got to see it yet.
So just to clarify, so they're losing. They lose this game. He hits a home run and he calls him mean words around the bases.
Yeah.
Not that one. Sorry, guys. Off the stream.
Can you get that off of there?
I can't. Oh, God.
Thank you for not doing that anymore.
Oh,
We're not gonna have the video.
we're not gonna have the video.
We're not gonna have the
Okay.
Anyways, it's absurd. It's absurd. Like, I mean, it's on site. I'm fighting you immediately. My pitcher never has to worry about that happening again. I mean, that's crazy. I don't, like, so here's the deal. Because we got Tyson, we got some people in here that are baseball guys. I'm like, I think these guys are in favor of like, and you're in favor of like the bat flips and like showing pictures up.
In a
You're
way.
like, no. You're either in showing a picture up or not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it.
Okay, I just don't know where you draw the line because
That right there, rocking the baby around the bases.
what about the Tennessee baseball team? Because Tyson said it was
Nope.
electric. He loved it. Flick him off while you're rounding the bases.
That's too much for me.
See, I think anything like I don't. It's a slippery slope.
It is a
Because
slippery
if
slope.
You,
I agree.
if you like the bat flip where you throw the bat towards the dugout, but you don't like the flicking people off or rocking the baby or like we do like football or basketball, you make a shot, you just hit like the little guy, like hey, like you're my son, or like hold the baby, like it happens in that sport. So like we're okay with you throwing a bat a mile in the air, pounding your chest, F you while you're running the bases. Looking at the dugout while you're running by, we're okay with all that, but no, you can't rock a baby out.
Look at us got it in the live stream.
There it is. Look at this.
So he hits it. Yeah.
Look at this.
He's rocking the baby. So that's one time.
No, I like the shortstop. Like somebody's gonna be cleated. That's my little.
For the
that's
10th consecutive start,
yeah,
regular
right
season
there.
and postseason, Garrett Cole has given up at least.
Like I think I'm even okay with it if he does it towards the dugout after he touches third base. And
I
he's,
hate it.
And he's at the dugout and he hits him with the one time. I think I'm even okay with that. But to do it that often around the entire base path and then say that's my effing son, nope. And I don't know when he gets got back. I don't know if he gets got back. But I can assure you, my memory don't fade. My man's going to get his at some point if it's me. And I don't throw nearly as hard as Garrett Cole, but I can assure you he will feel it. He will know it's coming. And then if he tries to come hit me, then he got 9 guys that's gonna get my back.
So Tyson just said if you hit a bomb and flip it and stare at it because you just hit a nuke, but you do it off every pitcher, that's fine. But when you make it personal, that's fine. Like that's the line.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Really? That's wild to me because it's personal. The moment you show me up, it's personal. I don't give a damn how far you hit the ball. I don't care that I leave a 90-mile-an-hour fastball in the middle. You made it personal right then and there whenever you tried to show me up.
I show people up all the time. Didn't bother me.
So you can show me up a little bit, but you can't show me up a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with. I don't take that personal. Like whenever I stare people down, that wasn't personal. I did that shit. I did that crap to everybody. There wasn't a single soul that I struck out.
It was personal to that guy.
That's fine.
So
and if he would have hit a home run off me, he didn't. I know he didn't because I only gave up 3 my whole life. But if he did, I would have been okay with it.
That's called a flex.
It is a flex.
Yeah.
Pitched a lot of innings. So
Another flex.
Flexing on flexing.
yeah.
Well,
I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me because you did something special. You hit a home run. But don't go around the bases rocking the baby the entire way when you're still losing. You lost the game. You lost the series. What did you accomplish? You look like a moron is all you accomplished.
yeah, I agree.
That was the question. I want to read that. Sorry. When y'all want to read that? Because I'm going to be the one answering it. So I don't want to just talk.
You're playing
talk.
linebacker and absolute blow a dude up. You're not going to say anything to him?
Every single time. But I also don't know that I love the bat flip.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I don't like it at all. But I'm going to do it. I expect it back, though. Like, that's okay. Like, I expect that back. My point I'm trying to make is I don't understand how, like, we're cool with the disrespect of the bat flip, but we're going to draw the line at, like, flicking somebody. It's all disrespectful.
I think one creates excitement for your team and the other shows somebody up. I think that's two different things. Like if I bat flip and I'm looking at my dugout and I never look towards the opposing pitcher, I never look towards the opposing dugout. If I'm doing something with my team, okay, cool.
So the individual bat flip is a team celebration.
The individual bat flip is, I don't care about the bat flip. The bat is, you can throw that thing to the moon and I don't care about a bat flip ever. I'll never care about a bat flip unless it goes into the other dugout like Tennessee does. Then I might have a small problem with it. But like Jose Bautista several years back against the Rangers, he threw his bat to the moon. I had no problem with it. Big game, big moment, takes the lead in the 8th. Good for you, big dog. Stand there all you want to. You did something. You should be proud of that. I'm okay with all of that. That right there, what Naylor did, I can't get on board with that.
I would like to mention the stats of Josh Naylor versus Garrett Cole.
Tell me.
You want to guess? He's got 9 at-bats against him.
That's not that. He's got 9 regular season at-bats. He's hit home runs against him in the playoffs.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's 1 for 9. Allegedly.
He's 1 for 9 with 4 Ks in
Right.
the regular season.
Right. But in the apparently he's got multiple home runs. That's his second home run in the playoffs against him. Not necessarily these playoffs, but over the course of his career. This is the Tyson Ellis chat, by the way. All right, go ahead, Brad. Say something.
We got anything else?
Chris?
All right, well, that's going to be it for tonight's Sitters. This has been Bradford Douglas along with Joey Edge and Chris Martinez with producer Rolf, and we are Front Porch Sitting. See you next time, Sitters.